So we're back now to finishing picking up for your socks. So basically, I'm on my last stitch to pick up, so I'm just going to show you that. So we're just going to pick that up from my previous videos, as you've seen all these pickup stitches. And then it's going to pick up that leg, put that together, and you're going to purl the two together. So now you've now picked up all of your stitches from the stitch markers for your short rows, and you're basically now back to where you started before you dropped off. So the front and the back is now level, and there are your little heels for your socks. Oh, got yarn everywhere. So there are your heels. So now that you've finished picking up all the stitches for your socks, so you've really done your short rows and you've got a little cup for your heels like that, what you're going to do on the last stitch marker that you've removed, you will have the end of the yarn on the wrong side of the needle. If you would normally, the yarn that you would start, or the needle that you would pull out to knit with, would be the needle with the working yarn attached. But because we've only been working in the back rows for your heels, you would finish with the working yarn attached to this needle. So what you have to do is you have to finish knitting that row right across in order to have the needle facing the right way for you to work the next row. So basically, you will use the needle that you've been using. So that's the needle without the working yarn attached to it to finish knitting the row with the working yarn attached to it. So you would just knit that row one more time before you proceed with the rest of your socks, and that would just be knitting in the round till you get to the height of the socks that you would like, and then you can even put a 1x1 rib or 2x2 rib or 2x3 ribs, whatever you feel like for the top of the cuff. If you want to put a ribbing band to it. If not, you would just maybe do a couple rows of purls, just so that the top of your socks won't curl. Because if you kept knitting and you don't have a different type of stitching, the cuff of your socks will curl, and you really don't want that to happen, because then your socks will most likely slip down when you go to wear it. So I just finished knitting the one row for the other sock, and I'm moving on to the second sock. And this, again, the same thing. You're just going to knit back this row, and once you've finished knitting this row, you will see that the needle that you will be pulling out this time will be the needle with the working yarn attached to it, which is what you've been doing all the way up to this point before you turn the heel. Just a few more stitches to go. Okay, so now you will see, and what you're going to, so you're going to slide this needle back in as you have done previously. Before you turn the heel, you're going to slide this needle back in. If it gets a little hard to slide in, you just work one stitch at a time. Okay, and now you're going to proceed pulling the needle with the working yarn out to knit with. So you will slide this out, and you're just going to continue knitting in the round. So you keep going until you reach the height of the socks that you would like to finish on. And like I said, you can put a band of a 1x1 or 2x2 rib to it, and then do a stretchy cast off. So in my next video, you will see how to do a stretchy bind off for the cuff of your socks.